listening to LOA Recon with the Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma, where we dissect the ins and outs and the art and science of conscious creation, all intended to amp up your manifesting game. Let's have some fun together. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in for another episode. I had an idea I wanted to flesh out with you today. Actually, it's not my idea, but it is an important concept to understand when it comes to our conscious creation practice. You know how when you want something and you're pulling out all the manifesting stops, all your best LOA practices to create it? Like maybe you want more clients, so you're finding ways to activate the vibration of clients, or maybe you want more money, so you're finding ways to feel rich, or maybe it's romance. Maybe you want a fun romantic relationship, so you start conjuring new romance. And then nothing happens. Or maybe even it's the opposite of what you want that happens. Like you lose clients instead of getting new ones, or you get a big surprise bill, or you go out on a date that turns out to be the exact opposite of what you had in mind. And you might be left thinking, maybe you got some swear words about that. This is not what I meant, universe. That's not what I ordered. Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm making light of that moment right there, but that's a pivotal moment. It's a really crucial one to pay attention to, because here's what's happening. Whether you call it the universe or the field or the matrix, whatever you want to call, whatever power is responding to our vibrational instruction, it's listening to see if you meant what you said, or if you were just faking it to try to trick it into delivering. Because if you slip back into, I need more clients, or what is it going to take to turn this financial shipwreck of my life around, or where have all the good men gone? Look, that's a sign that your instruction hasn't changed at all. And reality can't change until you do. You have to mean it. You can't fake this stuff. You might fool yourself, but you're not going to fool universe. I call it universe. There's probably a better word for it. Matrix, the field, all that is. I don't know. I'm just going to say universe, but you know what I mean. Because if we're still waiting for reality to lead us there into that vibration, like you're waiting to really feel it until it's appeared in your 3D reality, okay, that's not what conscious creation is. Conscious creation is where we get in front, where we lead it. We don't respond to what reality says. We call the shots. We say what's so via vibrationally, and it can't just be words. You have to mean it. I'm a little frustrated around this because I've done it myself. That's, getting stuck in the loop of what is. Because if we're waiting to see it until we really feel it, that's how muggles do it. And that's not what we're rolling with. This happened to me the other day. Hey, guess who spent the whole week in the city without me? Harvey. He's been gone not an entire week. Kind of feels like it. But guess why Harvey spent the week in the city? Because I'm super mad at him. It's not just that I'm mad at him. I wanted to make friends with the two ferals that got kicked out of the kitten room once that new mom showed up. I got a new mom with 3 babies. Oh, they're so adorable. I put my phone away. I've been watching the mom on the security camera, like nonstop. It's my absolute favorite thing to do. Okay, but I put it away so I could record this so we didn't get alerts of movement. Okay, so I wanted to make friends with the ferals, and without, Harvey, they're a little shy of Harvey still. And I wanted some quality time with Sadie. Honestly, she kind of gets pushed to the background when Harvey and Jasmine are here, even when it's just Harvey, because he's just so enthusiastic about being in the center of everything, and Sadie isn't. So anyway, I thought it'd be good for me to just have a good week with her. But here's what happened that made me so mad at Harvey. So, I'm going on a leashed walk with Harvey and Jasmine, and George is over here. George is the one person in my life. I talk about a lot of animals, but George is an actual person. We take the dogs on a leashed walk up the road and back, and we're almost home, and we've had a nice walk. No one's around. Let them off leash. We're practically at our driveway, and Jasmine makes a beeline for the neighbor's pond. a beeline. She didn't even have to think about it. It's like she knew the whole time. As soon as she didn't even pause and think. She took off. It wasn't that far. Oh, could you already hear how irritated I am with her? So, look, I did that trick I know to do. I wrote a blog post. It's one of my favorite blog posts, like how to manifest everything you ever want. No, how to manifest your dog back home and everything. I can't remember what it's called, but it's when your dog gets loose. If you chase them, they will run. They think they're leading the pack and they're on a big adventure and you're along for the ride. They will run. But if you can get in front of them, boy, this applies to what we're talking about here. It's what conscious creation is. If you can get in front of your dog and run home, they will follow you. It's what dogs do. It's what the universe does. It follows you. You are leading with vibrationally. Whatever you're vibing, it's going to say yes to. And the dogs will do the same thing. If I can just you don't have to get in front of them. If you can just get them to see you and run in a different direction, they'll stop running away and they'll run wherever you run. So the trick is to just get in a position where they'll actually see you running and you can't turn and look back. If you turn and look back, it kind of spoils it. You got to be the leader. You got to trust that they're following. It works so well. So I did that with Jasmine. She's running off to the pond and I start running home and I'm not looking back. I'm not calling her. That girl doesn't respond to getting called. Stinker. Okay. Sometimes she does. Sometimes she does. I've been giving her big treats when she does. It's really cute. Okay. But so anyway, I run home. I start running home. Jasmine starts following me. I leash her back up. Harvey doesn't go anywhere that Jasmine doesn't go. So we're all back on the road again, walking home. And George decides to let Jasmine off the leash again. She hasn't even been on the leash for a minute and he lets her off the leash again. I'm like, what are you thinking? Before I can even say the words, what are you thinking? Guess what? She's running in the opposite direction. Now she's running for the tree line on the hill across the way. Oh, and she didn't stop. I was so mad. I wasn't running home again. I already did my running trick. I don't want to do any more running. I'm like, this is your turn now, George. So George tried to follow them. George is following them. He doesn't know that get in front trick. So I just walk home. I'm just too mad. I'm not going to help this situation. I just walk home. I leave George to try to get the dogs. Of course, the dogs are long gone. So he comes back and I'm mad enough about it. I don't know if he'd have gotten in the truck to look for him anyway, but you wouldn't want to hang out with me in that moment. Look, these guys used to run off pretty regularly. And, once Harvey got old enough to keep up, they would run off together and they'd just have an absolute blast. And they'd come back a couple hours later covered in stickers and mud and sometimes horse poop and cow poop. Oh my gosh. But I never really worried about them. Maybe I did the first time or two, but they always came back and that seemed like a good thing, a good story to stick with. They always come back. So I wasn't sweating it, but I also, and then the neighbor told me once that one of the other neighbors, I don't actually know where this is, but she made it sound like it's right nearby. She said, one of the other neighbors has leg hold traps around her barn. Okay, I don't know if these dogs are going to go to the barn, but boy, I do not want to find out. So after I heard that, I had no more joy for letting those guys run loose. So George comes back just to get in his truck and go looking. He goes looking and he's gone for a couple hours. And I'm kind of, I did kind of think it was appropriate for there to be some suffering involved. So I didn't go with him to look. I was doing some yard work and I was thinking that it was appropriate for him to handle this since he's the reason they've run off. But he came back after a couple hours and he still didn't have the dogs with him. So instead of letting him off the hook, I was like, well, let's get in the truck. So I went with, and I know I've done this before. I know what it is to look for dogs with bad vibrations, with fearful vibrations, with angry vibrations. And I know that doesn't have good endings. So I practice the only vibrations, the only thoughts that are going to get any results. And it's the vibration of, there you are, get over here, get in the truck right now. That's pretty much what I would say to him. There might be a swear word in there, maybe not. But I'm practicing feeling the ease and the peace of mind, the peace of knowing that my dog is where he should be. And I'm practicing chilling out instead of being tense, being angry. And that was a little bit of a feat because I was not only mad at the dogs for running off, but also mad at George for letting them run off. So I'm using my skills to practice being happy instead of mad. But mostly I'm just practicing peace of mind, all is well type vibrations. And sure enough, we haven't driven too far when we're at the top of a hill where you could see into my backyard, and there's Harvey right there at the back of the house. He's right near the steps. And I say, there he is. And I say it, I'm all calm and cool and collected, not like super surprised or excited or relieved, because I've been practicing relief. I've been practicing calm, cool, and collected. So it felt like an of course. That's exactly what I'd been practicing. There he is. And George sees him and he says, oh, sure enough. So we drive home and I'm thinking, what a cool manifester I am. Here's George out driving for hours. But I just get in the truck for a few minutes and there they are. Kind of proud of myself. A little impressed. But I'm still, I wasn't rubbing it in. Okay. I wasn't being rude about it. Anyway, we drive home and as we pull up, George says, that's not Harvey. And it wasn't. It was Kona. It's the neighbor's chocolate lab from around the corner. She comes over to visit every time she gets out of her yard. She makes a beeline for my place. Sure enough, Harvey's not here. That's Kona. And that's that pivotal moment where I could have fallen into the crestfallen, oh, my dog is still missing, and go back to worry and go back to mad and go back to fearful. But it's that pivotal moment where you've got to show universe you mean it, that you don't need reality to give you what you want in order to feel what you want. So I don't give it up. I maintain the vibration, even though this is Kona and not Harvey. And I still don't know where Harvey is. And there's still rumors of leg hold traps in the neighborhood. I'm gonna hang on to my relaxed, peaceful vibration. So that, this is what we're talking about. You've got to mean it long enough for it to happen. And that means you have to mean it. Even when you're looking at Kona instead of Harvey, you have to not give up your good vibration. Even when you're looking at what you don't want, no clients, no money, no romance, no Harvey. That's where I was going to say rookie creators, but here I am doing it too. On occasion, I do this sometimes. I get it right sometimes, though. But that's where it's easy for us to get off track, where when our first manifesting efforts don't pay off, we don't want to give up. Bashar calls this the manifesting echo, where he says reality can't change until you've proved that you have changed. So if we slip back into our old vibration, when we're doing our thing, we're expecting the change, and then the change doesn't happen, and we give it up. This is where a lot of people throw in the towel and they say, law of attraction doesn't work, or they think of it. Now it's a 4-letter word to them. If we fall for that routine, then we're not being conscious creators. Conscious creators know how to feel what we want even before it's so. So that's where it's crucial that we not slip back into the old vibration of not having it. Because when we do that, it shows that we haven't actually changed. We were just faking it, hoping reality would hurry and change so then we could really, truly feel better. We got to really, truly feel better. Faking it doesn't count. So there I am looking at Kona instead of Harvey. And she's a super, super sweet dog. I actually love this girl. I have a wicked scar from her on my knee. But I love, love, love this dog. And she's moving soon. Those guys they're moving back to the base soon. So I was pretty happy to see her. We didn't even have to talk about it. We knew we weren't getting back in the truck. I just hung out on the porch with Kona for a minute. I invited her in to have some treats, to have some food, just trying to salvage something from our Sunday. In fact, you know what we did? We watched a movie. I can't remember what we were watching, but it was a really good show. We both liked it. And wow, we weren't that far into the show. We were both enjoying it. Instead of driving around in circles looking for those dogs again, because I'm practicing that whole relief thing. I'm still tuned in where I want to be. And while we were enjoying the show, I caught a glimpse out of the corner of my eye of Jasmine out on the back deck. And I looked over there just casually. Sure enough, it's her. And it's not like I felt this immense relief because I'd already picked relief. There wasn't any excitement because I'd already picked peace of mind. I wasn't surprised because it's what I'd been practicing knowing. And I casually said to George, "Oh, there's Jasmine." And he goes, "Really?" And I was pretty sure Harvey would be with her because he follows her everywhere. But I didn't even get up to look to confirm. George did, though, and sure enough, Harvey was back too. They had stickers, they had mud, they had joy. And then I made all three of them go to the city for the week. It's like, you all want to abuse the privilege of being country dogs with no fences? Guess what? Welcome to the city. So they went to George's house. He's got a fenced yard. And I was like, I hope you like it. Guess what? They did. All three of them loved it. They loved it so much that we're probably going to let that be a regular thing. And I'm not going to lie, I liked it too. It was really nice to have that quality time with Sadie. But today I really do miss Harvey. I'm ready to see him again. So I'll probably go swing by and pick him up. But the point I wanted to make was that whether you think of it as the manifesting echo or think of it as the conviction to mean what you said, even when reality doesn't immediately morph to match, you just got to mean it long enough for it to do that. And universe knows when you're faking it. So you got to get there genuinely. All right. I hope you liked this episode, which was brought to us by Harvey and an Australia listener, Ariel16 writes, "I really appreciate how Jeanette makes the law of attraction so relatable by using personal stories to illustrate her points. The content is always interesting, informative, and usable in everyday life." I really like the thought that that's true, that it is always interesting, informative, and usable. That's a delightful thought. Thank you, Ariel16 in Australia. And it continues, "I love the passion that you display, and I am always so excited when I see new episodes are available. Keep doing what you're doing, Jeanette, and I will definitely be listening." Well, thanks for listening to this one. Thank you for that fabulous review. And I'll just say to everyone, hey, if you guys do like these stories, I tell more of these stories in the newsletter I send out. It goes out about twice a month. If you're not already getting that, you can get on my list by going to goodvibesubscribe.com and sharing your email. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Thanks for letting me be part of it. Bye, everyone.